Hey, I'm Rene Ritchie. Welcome back to the show. We have another Q&A episode for you. I had so many questions, I had to break it into two. Georgia Dow is once again serving as the avatar, the symbol, the vassal for your questions. Hey, Georgia.
Hello.
Ready to go?
I am.
Let's go.
Big in VA asks, would you ever consider going to an iOS-only based workflow for your daily work?
So I'm not religious about these things. Like I know some people want to prove that they can be iOS only and other people don't see any value in that and just want to be on the Mac, and I really don't care. I love them both. If I could only afford one, I would probably go with an iPad Pro because I feel like it's more multifunctional. I could do all the tablet stuff and all the art stuff and all the computing stuff on it. But I'd have to force my workflow into that just because I spent so many decades using a Mac that it's like muscle memory now. So I'd have to get over that relearning habits and convenience hump. I could do it. I just don't feel the need to.
Keisha asks, what is the next total disruptive technology?
So I think it almost always takes a confluence of disruptive technologies. Like, for example, the iPhone was the confluence of ubiquitous broadband internet connection with multi-touch interface and the miniaturization that let a computer be powerful enough at that size to be, not too annoying to use. And the iPhone really delivered that fantastic user experience that you could use anywhere and could get the stuff done that you wanted to get done. And I think we're at the advent of that new confluence. I think it's some combination of AR, augmented reality, because that'll allow us to put interface anywhere and everywhere in ways and in forms that we've not been possible before. Like literally that from the Terminator, that layer of data on top of everything that we interact with. And at the same time, we're getting to this artificial intelligence and autonomous technology thing that'll do a bunch of the grunt work before us. Like now you have to go through and do a lot of monotonous tasks. And if all of that can just be taken care of because we've built learning models based on experts and everything, this is the best way to organize your contacts, the best photos to sell this thing on eBay or on a real estate agent. Just all the stuff that really does benefit from that. And then you put all of that together with whatever the next generation of wearable technology is, whether it's glasses or contact lenses or things that hack the photons coming into your eyes with like a watch or wherever we put the computing. It's like basically the first generation of cybernetics. It's just on the outside instead of the inside.
Okay. 524 Photo asks, in a massive free-for-all fight, which incarnation of Batman wins? Adam West, Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Christian Bale, Affleck, called in sick.
Affleck called in sick?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm tempted to go with Adam West because
I didn't need molded plastic to improve my physique. Pure West.
But as much as I love Michael Keaton, one of my favorite Batman, but I think the American Psycho would beat the Birdman.
In all the years to come, in your most private moments, I want you to remember the one man who beat you.
He's not in the trial. And he wasn't an actor. Now I have to redo the end of that question.
Addison Weatherhead asks, what do you think about the amount of money that Apple spends on R&D?
So R&D is research and development, and I think a lot of times the absolute amount is not really important. It's more the efficiency that they get out of it that matters. So when you look at something like the iPhone took very little R&D because Apple applied existing expertise and technology to it. They had people who were already making software, already making hardware, they were writing OS X, they were building iPods, and they could just take those resources. They had to add in a few, like radios and other things, but they could largely take existing resources and just get more out of them. And so that makes that number really illusionary. With the newer technologies though, like AR and autonomous technology, those are not existing expertise. So I think Apple's R&D is going to have to go up as they get further and further away from the traditional core of their business.
Cirelos89 asks, what are your thoughts on Disney buying Fox?
So selfishly, I love it because finally the X-Men and the Fantastic Four can be handled properly by a studio that understands them, and more specifically, Kevin Feige seems to be the only one who really understands how to make superhero movies at large scale. So the idea of X-Men versus Avengers or Fantastic Four with Spider-Man, love it. But Disney owns like 80% of my childhood already because they have Marvel, they have Star Wars, they have the Muppets, they have the Magic Kingdom, and this will bring it up to like 85, maybe an argument could be made for 87, and I dislike the idea of any one corporation because it's not, at the end of the day, it's a corporation, it's not a studio owning that much I like there to be more competition. I want there to be more viable, not less viable, because whenever you lose those sorts of things, you end up losing choice. And as much as I like Disney's decision, I like more the idea of other people making decisions, because inevitably we get a wider variety and more diversity in choice. But X-Men versus Avengers.
Lasha Kerr Kelly asks, have you ever thought about having your own product startup, hardware, software, and if so, what is it?
So I used to work in product marketing before I started doing this, so it's always super interesting to me, and part of me loves the idea of starting a product and sort of seeing how far you can make it that'll dent the universe gig thing. But I have ideas, but so far I really enjoy what I do, and I can't split focus. I'm not good at splitting focus like that.
Okay, so what have the products been?
No, surprise. I'm not going to tell you. Otherwise, you're just going to get rich off of it, Georgia Dow.
That's true.
But if there's something you want to do, and I mean seriously, is go to Skillshare. Skillshare has tons of videos on all of this stuff, on writing, on video, on audio. And because Skillshare is sponsoring the show, if you sign up now, you can get your first 2 months for free. It is like an all-you-can-learn buffet. Fill your brain up to capacity with this stuff, Georgia. It's like an educational smorgasbord. It is literally all that your brain can take in. It's amazing. If you try something, you don't like it, try something else. There's just over 20,000 courses, I think, now. It's just one of the best ways to learn, wherever you are, whenever you want, however you want. Thank you so much, Skillshare. So if you have questions for me, you can just send them at any time, Twitter or Instagram, just hashtag #AskRenee. Georgia, thank you so much for reading out all those questions so wonderfully.
Thank you.
And now I'd love to know what you think. So please hit like, please hit subscribe, put all of your answers in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.